This is Tadej Pogacar, the rider who is potentially en route to becoming the greatest cyclist of all time. To win the 2025 Tour de France though, he'll need to conquer climbs where he's previously faltered, beat riders who have got the better of him on more than one occasion, and of course avoid his team capitulating around him like they kind of did at the Giro. Well, whether he's ready or not, the biggest cycling race in the world is here, and here is everything that you need to know about it. The Tour de France 2025 begins on Saturday the 5th of July, and this year marks the 112th edition of the flagship race. This is also the first time that the race has been raced entirely in France in 5 years. This year it really is going to be the Tour de France. We'll take a look at the 21 stage route, including some key stages in just a minute, but first make sure you're subscribed to the channel and let's take a look at the favourites. So, the yellow jersey. The 2025 Tour has been dubbed as one for the climbers, so it's unsurprising that all the favourites are the light guys. We'll get on to the other jersey contenders later on. As the title of this video suggests, reigning champion and current world champion Tadej Pogacar comes into the 2025 edition as hot favourite, off the back of an absolutely dominant display at the Criterium de Dauphiné, bar a time trial, and an unusual but impressive spring of classics races. His main rival for the yellow jersey will surely be Jonas Vingegaard of Visma Lease bike, not Jumbo-Visma. And there's plenty of climbs on the route where Vingegaard has come out on top in the past. Of course, there's more than just the jersey on the line. There's also a whole heap of prize money up for grabs. For winning the 2023 edition of the race, Jonas Vingegaard collected €535,000, a sum which is generally shared among the team's riders and staff. Also gunning for the yellow jersey will be Remco Evenepoel. He finished third and claimed the best young riders jersey in his Tour de France debut last year, and has publicly stated that his aim is to compete with Vingegaard and Pogacar this year. The 2022 Vuelta champion will eye taking the yellow jersey on Stage 5's flat individual time trial, and is another strong contender for a podium place. But after a rocky Dauphiné performance, anything more than that seems like a stretch. Primož Roglič is back for another stab at the trophy that has so far eluded him, but Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe's best chances may lie with teammate Florian Lipovitz, who has burst onto the scene in, well, absolutely tremendous form. Certainly expect him to be going for the white jersey at the very least. Other riders to look out for include Pogacar's teammate João Almeida, who starts the race as the most successful stage racer of 2025, Ben O'Connor of Jayco Alula, Tobias Harland Johannesson, riding for Uno X, and Matteo Jorgensen. Of course, let us know any of your dark horses or predictions in the comments below. Jasper Philipsen of Alpecin de Koenig and Biniam Girmay of Intermarché Wanty, they starred last year, each winning 3 stages apiece, and Girmay making history as the first black African to win a Tour de France stage. The Eritrean won the green jersey, becoming the first African to win any jersey at the Tour, and his ability on punchy sprint finishes could see him ride into the history books once again this year. He's certainly my pick for the green jersey in our inter-office predictions, as I think that Philipsen will probably have been relegated from a few sprints by the end of the 3 weeks. Cameraman Ed agrees. Other sprinters likely to challenge for stage wins include Dylan Groenewegen, Tim Merlier and Jonathan Milan. As for the white jersey, we've already touched on some of the contenders, which is worked out in the same way as the yellow, with a cumulative time of all 21 stages counting, minus any bonus seconds from podium finishes on summit finishes. Only riders under the age of 26 are eligible for the jersey, and it looks set to be a battle between Remco Evenepoel and Florian Lipovitz. Either way, it's quite likely that Specialized will be custom painting an SL8 frame by the end of the Tour. The Polka Dot Jersey is awarded based on points accrued atop each categorised climb, and is probably the hardest jersey to predict. That said, with 5 summit finishes, the safe money would probably be on one of the GC favourites. Fingers crossed we do get a good battle though. Maybe someone such as Carapaz will target this rather than going for the overall. Right, that's the favourites, but what are they up against? Well, before we get into our route analysis, here's how to watch the thing. For UK viewers, the 2025 Tour de France marks the end of an era. it's the last edition to be shown on free-to-air TV. This July you can catch every stage live on ITV4, but from 2026 coverage will move behind a paywall. You can also get it on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus, offering subscriptions at £30.99 a month. In the US, you can watch the Tour on NBC and Peacock, with plans starting from $7.99, that's dollars. Canadian fans can stream the race via Flowbikes, which holds exclusive rights, but if you're travelling or living abroad, then you can use a VPN to access your local stream from anywhere. Now, our office buddies, Tech Radar and Tom's Guide, both rate Nord VPN as the best choice for streaming sports. And what's better is that we've secured an exclusive Nord VPN deal that offers 76% off, 4 months free, and a free Amazon gift card. But you do have to hurry because this offer won't last long, so there's a link below to claim it now. We'll be sure to add the link in both the description and as a pinned comment. As usual, the 2025 Tour de France takes place over 23 days, with 21 of them being race days. The riders get 2 whole days of resting, the lucky sods, which usually fall on the second and third Monday of the race. This year, however, is a bit different, and they get the first rest day a day later on the second Tuesday of racing to ensure that they are racing on Bastille Day. Road stages in the Tour can range from anything from 100k to something approaching 250k, sometimes more. This year, the shortest road stage is stage 21 at 120k from, oh, here we go, my French pronunciation is gonna, Mons-la-Ville to Paris. It goes to Paris, with the longest coming nice and early, 212k on stage 2. The race is somewhat a return to form, what with it being all raced in France and the finish being on the Champs-Élysées after a hiatus last year due to some event called the Olympics. The race begins in Lille in the north, that's where we'll be trying to spot any new tech, before heading west through Normandy and Brittany and taking an anti-clockwise route to the far south, before heading back to its traditional finish line in Paris via the Alps and the Jura Mountains. In 2025, the Tour has 2 individual time trials for the riders to tackle. The first is one for specialists against the clock, 33 kilometers on stage 5, starting and finishing in Caen. The second is just 11 kilometers, but follows an intriguing mountainous route. Now, if Evenepoel doesn't win the first one, then he's sure to be disappointed, as it really does look up his street, but it's the second shorter time trial that's most likely to shake up the GC. Now, the mountain time trial has become somewhat of a specialism for a certain Danish rider, and he's used these to press home his advantage in previous editions. That said, Pogacar is obviously no slouch. Who can forget him ripping up the 2020 time trial, where he just grabbed the title from Primož Roglič, and in quite some fashion. To be honest, the 2025 edition will be hilly from the beginning, but there's 6 real days that can be classified as properly mountainous. Stage 10, Bastille Day, will be the first real true test for the GC favourites, although the way they're racing at the moment, there might be some surprises before then. And then stage 18 will likely be the hardest day for the riders, as it features no less than 5,500 metres of climbing, more than any stage ever. To make things even more appetising, it finishes on the Col de la Loze, which you might remember from where Pogacar uttered, "I'm gone, I'm dead." That was in 2023 as Vingegaard put minutes into him. There is unfinished business there for the Slovenian then, but his Danish rivals knows that he can beat him there, at high altitude in the Alps. It really is going to be a mouth-watering battle. Looking at their 2025 form, it would be easy to think that Pogacar has all the cards up his sleeve. A phenomenal team around him, race wins galore, but I wouldn't write off Jonas Vingegaard just yet. He has Wout van Aert for a start, who was instrumental in Simon Yates' Giro win, and the route looks like somewhat of a greatest hits album of Pogacar's nightmares. The Hautacam, the Col de la Loze, the uphill TT, they're all places where Vingegaard has beaten the Slovenian before. Who says he can't do it again? One thing that is for sure, with 23 teams, 184 riders, 3,336 kilometers to ride, and 4 mountain ranges, the next 3 weeks are sure to write some stories. Let us know any of your predictions down below, and look out for lots more Tour de France content on the Cycling Weekly channel and Instagram soon.